Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Taste for Truth Bible Study. I'm so glad you're all here. I wish I was there in person because I'd love to see you. When I did weight loss classes at the church I went to, when I first started writing my weight loss Bible studies, it was such a fun experience because there's so many fun people in the class. We were all laughing and joking, but then we got down to work and we're like, oh, this is hard. Because usually when you go to a church Bible study, it's like a real nice fellowship experience, right? You get to visit, you get to read the Bible, you get to have your wonderful little treat at the end of the class. And a lot of times there's not a lot required of you except to do the lesson each week. But it's different when you're going to a Bible study like Taste for Truth. Because with this Bible study, it's not just a fun little pleasant experience. It's not just, reading the word and getting close to God, but it's a Bible study where we're gonna work on breaking free from a stronghold. So we're going to work on breaking free from something that controls us. And that's hard. When we work on something like that, first of all, there's a huge part of us that doesn't want to work on it, right? So depending when you're doing this Bible study, you might have a birthday coming up or a vacation or a holiday, and you're like, I don't want to do this Bible study during that time. I want to eat whatever I want and not think about it. Or you might be going merrily along the first few weeks, doing the Bible study, doing great, eating with control, and then something happens. You have a huge binge, you eat for the next 5 days, and it's like, I don't really want to go to Bible study. I just don't want to think about it. I want to give up. And I understand where you're coming from because I was like that for 25 years. I just felt so discouraged. Eating was the one thing I thought I'd never get control of. Never in my life would I ever get control of. And then God started to change me. And he didn't start changing me in the area of food. Instead, he started changing me in the area of resentment. See, I went to a Bible study with my husband and another couple, and it was a marriage study. And so we were all going to work on something that we struggle with, something that would help us improve our marriage. And I had a critical spirit, so I thought, I'm going to work on that. And so I thought, I'm going to do a think positive project. So I went and bought a journal. My idea was every time I had a negative thought about my husband, I'd write it down in my journal and I'd replace it with a positive thought. I'd write the positive thought down. Well, I was very faithful to do this. And after maybe only a week or so, I realized a lot of those thoughts I was writing down, those negative thoughts, they weren't just negative thoughts, they were actually lies. And so I started replacing lies with truth, and I called it truth journaling. And truth journaling about my marriage, about my feelings towards my husband, what I was believing, totally changed the way I thought about him, I felt about him. In 2 months of writing down those lies and truths, every time I was annoyed with them before I went to bed that night, I had completely changed my attitude. And I thought, wow, this is incredible. This is amazing. This is going to change every area of my life. And I thought, I'll do it with eating, I'll do it with procrastination, I'll do it with worry. Well, here's what I discovered. Not every area is easy as the first area you try. And eating is one of those super hard areas because with eating, it involves so many parts of our lives. So let's say you're an emotional eater. If you're an emotional eater, like I was, and like I still tend to be, when something bad happens, you feel like eating, right? Or when you're worried about something, you feel like eating. Somebody said something to us, things aren't going well, we eat, right? Or maybe you're a procrastination eater. Maybe whenever this hard job comes up, or you think, oh, I need to clean the house, or do some boring job, it's like, I think I'll go eat something first. That was me also. Or maybe you're a person who loves food. It's like, you just love food. And some people who love food, they'll be like, oh, I get my little treat at the end of the day. I'm gonna have my 1 square of chocolate and enjoy it, or my 1 little cupcake and enjoy it. Well, I wasn't like that. I'm like, oh, that cupcake was so good, I better have another. And I'd have 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 cupcakes, right? And so, yes, I enjoyed food, but it wasn't a little fun event. It was like an addictive event, and I just kept eating. So that might be you. So we got emotional eating, procrastination, good food eating. Let's see, what other eatings are there? Failure eating. I also ate whenever I was dieting. So if I was dieting and I was going along merrily for a week, following my boundaries perfectly, and then all of a sudden I break them, Well, that was my opportunity to eat as much as I want because I could eat without guilt because, of course, I was going back on that diet tomorrow. So that was another thing that made me overeat. So there's all kinds of things that make us overeat and be controlled by food. I mean, I didn't even list all of them, but you'll learn more as you go along in the study. But when we have something like that we're trying to get over, I mean, we just have so many balls bombarding us, you just can't get over that quickly. And what's going to happen as you start working on it, so as you start doing your Bible studies, what's going to happen is in the beginning, you're going to have some spiritual attack because this is something that Satan doesn't want you to get control of, okay? Because the more you're bound up, the less happy you are, the less productive you are. It just affects all of your life. So you might not feel like doing your Bible studies, or you might go 5 days in, it's like, oh, I don't want to keep coming back. So try to keep coming back anyway. Make some relationships with people in the class so that you look forward to coming. And I hope you guys will have good discussions. I mean, you can have some great camaraderie. Everybody who's here is sharing the same struggle. And what's interesting to me, when I wrote my first Bible study, Freeing from Emotional Eating, I had so many skinny people come up to me and say, I'm so glad you wrote this Bible study. I struggle with emotional eating. And I looked at them, I thought, how can you struggle? You're skinny. But what I realized is that we struggle at all sizes, okay? And we believe the same lies that make us eat at all sizes. So even though I was never more than 25 pounds overweight, it's the same lies that drive people to eat, whether you're 25 pounds or 100 pounds. So is it harder to lose more weight? Yes, of course. It takes longer. It feels more discouraging. It feels more overwhelming. But since the process is to change the way you think so that you're actually going to want to eat with control, that's a little more hopeful, because what we want is we want permanent change. We don't want to just drum up enough willpower for 2 months. We don't want to drum up enough willpower to lose a certain amount of weight so we look good at this event in the future. What we're looking for is complete life change, to lose weight once and for all, keep it off for the rest of our lives. And the way to do that is to change the way we think. Because the old me who lost weight, she was still thinking things like, oh, this is so good, I should have another, and this will make me feel better, and I should have this before I do my job. It's gonna make my job easier, and it's just one bite. So I was believing all those things would make me go back to my old ways. So as soon as I was over the diet, as soon as the boundaries were off, I'd go back to my old ways. But when you change all those thoughts, then you just start actually wanting to eat with control. So you become a little bit more like that normal person. You're never going to be all the way like that normal person, because this is just something you struggle with, and that normal person doesn't struggle with it. But that quote normal, because I think there's way more people like us than the normal eater who doesn't struggle with it. But I want you to have hope that you can get over this. Will it require a lot of work? Yeah, it's going to require a lot of work. But God can change you, because he did that for me. I started renewing my mind about food. I truth journal, that's what I did, and I'll talk about that in the Bible study. And I truth journaled every time I broke my boundaries. I truth journaled every time I felt like breaking my boundaries. And eventually I broke free. I lost my weight permanently. I have not gained my weight back in, 2008. I probably broke free from control of food in 2007. It's 2023 when I do this video. So all those years I have not gained my weight back. And it went from a huge issue in my life to a very, very small issue in my life. But the reason I broke free is because I put a lot of work into changing the way I think. So there's 2 ways you can approach this class. You can come and just think, okay, I'm just going to dip my toes in the water, and I'm going to do these Bible studies. I'm going to discuss with everybody, and we're just going to kind of see how it goes. Okay, that's one way to do it. And I would say I did that for 2 or 3 years. So I didn't have the advantage of having this Bible study because I hadn't written it yet, right? But I did know how to renew my mind. So I just did it with renewing the mind. So you can do like I did for 2 or 3 years, which is basically dabbling with it. If you do that, your weight won't change that much. I mean, you might lose weight, but it'll be based on willpower and won't be lasting. So it won't have a long-term effects, but it's still, you do what you can do, right? We're not always ready to change. Okay, the second approach though is to go all out. To use this Bible says is beginning to go all out. And with this one, what I would encourage you to do if you really want to go all out is do the Bible study in the morning and then renew your mind 2 more times during the day. And when I say renew your mind, I mean either truth journal, which we talk about in the book, or download my I Deserve a Donut app. That's free. And go through a set of the questions in there. I have these little questions you can use to renew your mind. Write them down on paper will be the best way to renew your mind. Or I also have a new book out called Say Goodbye to Emotional Eating that has 100 renewing exercises you can do in the book. So renew your mind in one of those ways at lunchtime, and again, maybe late afternoon or evening. Okay, so in order to break free, just to give you an idea of how long it takes, I think it took me about, hundreds of truth journaling sessions. So it takes a lot of work, and you might think, what? I can't do that. That's crazy. But here's the thing. It only takes you less than 5 minutes to renew your mind. Or if you did a set of questions in the I Deserve a Donut app, maybe it'd take 10 minutes. When I truth journal, a lot of times I just take 1 lie and 1 truth. And so it would take less than 1 minute. But here's the thing. If I told you you could lose weight, keep it off, break free from the control of food forever, how much time would you be willing to spend on it? Would you be able to spend an hour a day or half hour a day? So it's worth it. It is worth it. And so I'm hoping you're going to choose that second option, but the first option is also, that's a fine option. So just do whatever you feel like you can do, whatever you feel like you can commit to. Maybe for some help along the way, you're going to have your group. That's going to be great. You're going to have all that camaraderie and support. And afterwards, maybe you can, join with somebody in the group or start another group, because it helps to have ongoing help, at least, especially in the beginning. You can listen to my podcast. I have a Taste for Truth podcast. I have podcasts of other people who have done this, who have broken free, some who've had a lot more weight to lose than I have. And so find those means of support. Don't be discouraged. And as you renew about the food, try to start also renewing about body image, because I also have some little Bible studies and Taste for Truth on that. Because here's the thing. We eat too much. So we have to renew about the food. We have to believe at the gut level that, I'm better off if I follow boundaries and if I eat with control. Like there's not an ounce of belief in my body that would cause me to binge anymore. I haven't binged in forever, 12 years. And it used to be a regular practice. But you also have to have the same beliefs about the way you look. So in our culture, we feel like we have to be skinny. We feel like we have to be beautiful. We feel like we have to look perfect. So we have to get all those lies out of our head too. Do we want to be slim so that we can be healthy and we can do everything we want to do in life? Yeah. But do we want to be slim so we can be acceptable, so everybody will think we're great? No, those are the things we have to get rid of. So we have to start believing we are okay as is. We're much more than a number on a scale, right? So if you look at you have first of all, let's just look even for looks, okay? If you look at a person, you say, that person's gorgeous, okay? What are you looking at that causes you to do that? It's face, it's hair, it is body size, it's personality, it's their countenance, it's how they reach out to you. It's their inner glows. There's so many things that go into attractiveness, and we think it's just weight. That's crazy, right? And then think about who we are as people. We're not just a body. We're a person I'm a person who likes to hike. I like to climb mountains. I love to go out for coffee with people. I like to read. I kind of like to write now. I like to organize things. I like to play games. So that's who I am. I'm all these different things. I'm not just the body. So we don't want the world to objectify us. We need to stop objectifying ourselves in our mind. So that's another thing that you can work on. When you're condemning yourself for failure or how you look, truth journal that. Write down the lies, write down the truths. And you might be listening and thinking, what's truth journaling? I don't know what that is. Well, you'll learn about it in the book. I also have some other resources for that on my website. You can find that too. A lot of free resources on my website. So anyway, I think that's just a little introduction to the study. I wish I could be there with you. I wish I could be discussing things with you each week. I wish I could encourage you, because here's what's going to happen. I would bet for 90% of you, at some time during this class, you're going to think, I'll never get over this. I'll never change. And that's another lie we believe that keeps us stuck. I wrote that lie down in my journal so many times, even though I'd seen God change me through the renewing of the mind, through taking off lies and putting on truth in other areas of my life before I ever really got eating under control. I still thought there's no way I'll get over it. I can't. It just controlled me so much. So if I can get over it, guys, you can get over it too. But it will take a lot of renewing of your mind, Bible study, talking to God, fighting lies with truth. And I'm just so excited because you will feel so free when that happens. So I encourage you, just enjoy this study, put your all into it, and see what God will do. I'm excited to see what he will do in you. Hope you guys have a great class.